Now, there are people both in pop culture and in politics that are acting up, and I have no choice but to talk about it. Let's go.
Give me your wig, give me your wig, give me your wig, cause it seems like you are through with it.
You already know what I'm gonna say. Make sure you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression. The latest podcast episode I just put up there is entitled Ignore the Naysayers and Follow Your Heart. So that was really cool. The main reason I titled it that was because the topic requests and stuff that I got, like from the patrons, they tell me what to speak about in the podcast episodes, but two of the big requests were about familial expectations and like trying to balance that with also doing what you want to do and living your life fully. So it was just great to talk about it. I ran my mouth for like over an hour about that shit because I just couldn't relate, you know? So check that out. But yeah, let's get right into what is happening. It's a lot of crazy stuff. First of all, I think on September 28th, they're going to be releasing another Britney documentary about her conservatorship and shit. So if you're seeing her all over your timeline, wonder why she's trending, Netflix just announced that they were doing that. What else? This is so Tory Lanez put this on Twitter, right? He said it's been real, and that's it. I mean, he hasn't tweeted since, at least since the time I'm making this video. He hasn't said anything else. Now people were just like, okay, what's going on? Like, and then we go to his Instagram, that shit been deactivated. So it's like, what the hell is going on? Everybody has like assumed that they're taking his ass to the slammer. Like I've said before, they're taking his ass to Trunchbull's fucking Chokey. They're taking his ass downtown, okay? And I ain't talking about, you know, we ain't going to no club, no party, or nothing. We're talking about the station, downtown, sweetie. Now, if this is really the case, this has not been confirmed. There is no, I mean, as far as I know, my knowledge, there is no like official article, no like legit source that has said that this is what's happening to Tory. It could be a multitude of things. It could be anything. But a lot of people on social media have jumped to the conclusion. A lot of people have been estimating, they've been guessing that that's what's actually happening. And if that is the case, I just really want someone to ask him, like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? And then you try to make Megan seem like she was this liar and shit. Like, that's all I wanted to ask. That's all I wanted to ask. If someone knows what the tea is, know where his ass is at, and can put a microphone in front of him and ask him, was it worth it? That's it. That's all I want. But like I said, I want to be clear. Like, this has not been confirmed at all. Like, I have not seen no legit news article about it or anything like that. It's just been rumors on the internet. A lot of people are jumping to conclusions. But like I said, that's a jump that I'd be willing to make. I jumped. You heard us? You heard what the fuck I'm saying? Now, Jennifer Hough, the woman who has been saying for the longest that she has been pressured by Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, we all know the story. I've been covering it. A lot of people have been covering it. She went onto The Real at 11 a.m. today to talk about her story. She retold what we already knew. I guess those of us who have been, you know, paying close attention to the story, but the fact that it was on The Real and being televised, like, the entire timeline was in shambles, right? As you can expect. But like I said, she said things that those of us who know about the story, we already kind of know, but I'm really happy that she decided to speak out like this. I know that she cited her daughter as one of the reasons why she decided to do so, because she wanted to show her, you know, that you have a voice and that you should use it no matter what. Social media is a mess, as you can imagine. There are a whole bunch of people acting like this shit is just like, oh, well, why did she? I've seen some people say, well, why did she take her ass to the media? And why didn't she just go to the police? And it's like, you dummy. Of course she went to the fucking police. That's why there's a case in the first place. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What the fuck are y'all talking about? And then if she did not go to the, if the only thing that she did was go to the police, and then she was over there in the interview talking about, oh, well, they told me that I should have just taken the money because now they're gonna put this money on my head. Imagine if she did not make this ruckus, if she did not open her mouth, if she did not get on fucking national TV, imagine she didn't do that shit and then she just got disappeared. Like they were apparently threatening her ass with. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, bitch, if something's happened to me, I'm opening my fucking mouth, you know? And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to open their mouth. A lot of people are just like, well, bitch, it would be safer for me if I kept my mouth fucking shut. A lot of people are in such tight positions. I don't understand how, now that we have a victim actually speaking out and able to speak out, how people are, you know, trying to drag the shit out of her. Like, what the fuck, you want her to just disappear in silence? Like, shut the fuck up. The beats ain't that hot, the rhymes ain't that fucking slick. for y'all to be defending this type of fucking behavior, it's weird energy to me. And then like what's even weirder, and I'm sure there's gonna be so much more stuff coming out, but remember in Queen Radio, I don't remember what episode, but this shit is all on Twitter, it's all online if you want to look at it. Remember, she was implying that Jennifer was a fucking white woman on her fucking show. It's just like, it's absolutely unacceptable. I hope that Jennifer, like, as much as celebrity is involved in this case and it's gonna be Stan Wars and everything, I just hope that Jennifer gets the fucking justice. I hope that she gets the peace that she fucking deserves. Like, that's just it. But yeah, that's what was happening on The Real, like I said, because I feel like I've been doing research. Y'all been doing the research too, because like y'all understand when I was talking about it in previous videos. So like we already know what was going on, so she's just retelling it. But the fact that she got the platform to be able to do that shit is a good thing, because Nicki already has a huge platform where she can just spread whatever fucking bullshit and lies that she wants to. So no, Jennifer should not shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Like, no, Jennifer should be able to tell her shit. She was worried for her safety. Like, of course, if something's gonna happen to me, bitch, I'm gonna open my mouth. Like, you gonna hear me, okay? I'm not gonna just vanish into thin air just because the person who threatened me or the people who fucking coming for me got some cute beats. I like the beat.
I like the beat.
I like the beat, face ass faves. Like, just because a motherfucker know how to write some poetry to a beat do not mean I'm gonna sit my ass in silence and shut the fuck up. And that's that. And Jennifer said that's not gonna be her. You know, but like I said, it just really sucks that these victims, not only do they have to retell their stories, relive the fucking trauma in front of everybody, they have to have their credibility fucked with. And it's just like, why? It's just, I mean, even down to, oh girl, all she wanted is money, all she wanted is money. If all she wanted was money, she would have took the coin and she wouldn't have said shit. Like, I want y'all to use your fucking brains. Like, oh my gosh, just shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up. And lastly, we're going to cover the world of politics. It's an absolute, when I tell you that it's an absolute fucking disaster, it's an absolute disaster. I'm gonna focus specifically on what's going on at the border. There's a lot of news articles, you know, excerpts in this, because I wanna make sure I get everything right. But just follow me here, okay? So there's this big news story about how Haitian immigrants are being treated at the border. So I'm just gonna read you certain things. The Biden administration has started mass deportations from the Del Rio Bridge camp, with ICE doing multiple flights, I think, per day, right? So what we have, and you can see the camps, I guess that's what they call it here. Now, what you have to really know about this entire situation is that many of the Haitians at the border, many of the Haitian immigrants over there that you see, most estimates say that there are more than 10,000 there who are actually migrants from the earthquake that happened in 2010. So instead of finding, now the reason why this got such huge national attention is because look at the Border Patrol agents right here on top of their horses with whips, whipping the motherfucking immigrants with whips. Like, this shit is the 1800s. That imagery really struck a fucking chord in people's like hearts, especially niggas. And this shit went viral. It went national to the point where like bitches are getting dragged, okay? So the first thing is that the press secretary, Jen Psaki, whatever, how the fuck pronounce her fucking name. Jen was over here talking about, oh, well, that's not who we are. This is not who America is. These images are horrific. It's actually so fucked up, in my opinion, for these politicians to sit here acting like they don't know what the fuck going on in their own fucking country, bitch. Like, you bitches got the NSA and the fucking FBI and bitch. Like, you're not gonna sit here and act like, and tell me that you just had no idea that this shit was going on. And even if you didn't know on that particular day, at that particular time, that this particular Border Patrol agent had a whip and a fucking horse, you know how these immigrants, you know how the people at the border are being fucking treated. Like, stop playing with me. And you allow the shit to fester, you allow the mistreatment to fucking continue to grow, you allow the mismanagement to continue to grow, and you get up here when the shit blows up in your fucking face, you know, get up here and, oh, this is not who we are. This is exactly who America is since its inception. What the fuck are you talking about? And then Kamala Harris over here, I mean, speaking to the press, and I don't know about you, but when Kamala Harris speaks, to me, I don't care what y'all say, this is to me. There is no sincerity in her fucking voice. No, it seems like she a fucking robot when she speaks. There's no sincerity in her voice, and how could there be?
Do not come
do not come.
They over here acting like they don't know what's going on. She over here talking about, oh, well, girl, we're going to do an investigation. And remember that Biden's old dusty ass, we should get on his ass later, put Kamala Harris in charge of immigration, but they have to keep clarifying in order to keep the blowback from Kamala Harris, this fucking face. They have to keep clarifying her role. So NBC says, in the 2.5 weeks since President Biden announced he was tasking Vice President Kamala Harris with leading diplomatic efforts to stem the flow of migrants at the southern border, the White House has found itself having to clarify the shape of her role on a near daily basis. The confusion clouding Harris's first big policy assignment underscores the challenges Harris faces as she seeks to define her role inside the Biden White House. It also raises questions as to why the White House did not do more at the outset to clearly establish and communicate the shape of her new policy role. So it's just like, yeah, I'm in charge of immigration, but only from Central America. But I mean, you know, from other areas too, but I mean, kind of from, but not really. Central America's not the border. So it's like, girl, like, keep it. Keep it. And this other thing, which I found really crazy, but it's not really crazy because this is what we expected when we told y'all, when y'all vote for this motherfucker, this is where the fuck we gonna get. The Biden administration is facing, this is from The Guardian, the Biden administration is facing public criticism from powerful Democrats about its continued use of a Trump-era border policy, Title 42, which denies migrants at the U.S. border the ability to seek asylum. Now, if you're wondering what Title 42 is, the Associated Press says Title 42 of the Public Health Service Act gives federal health officials powers during a pandemic to take extraordinary measures to limit transmission of an infectious disease. It is not new. It's been around since 1893, and the Trump administration invoked it in March 2020 to sweeping effect, prohibiting entry by virtually anyone from Mexico and Canada and essentially sealing the northern and southern borders. It was ostensibly intended to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in cramped border patrol stations or in facilities run by Immigration and Customs and Enforcement. Critics of the policy see it as a thinly disguised measure to thwart immigration, noting it deprives people of the right to claim asylum or seek to remain in the U.S. through some other legal avenue. Former federal health officials told the Associated Press last year that the Trump administration overruled government scientists who said there was no evidence that invoking Title 42 would slow the coronavirus. Nevertheless, the public health order remains in place and hundreds of thousands of people have been expelled under its authority. Another headline says public health experts say they're baffled and betrayed by the Biden administration, citing a Stephen Miller-approved rule that uses COVID as an excuse to expel asylum seekers without a hearing. The Guardian says there have been more Title 42 expulsions in the space of a few weeks than during an entire year of Trump's administration. But the fact that public health experts say they felt betrayed by the Biden administration when it comes to this Title 42 thing, because like I just read, there is no evidence that invoking Title 42 would even slow the fucking coronavirus down anyway. They're just like, you're using that shit as an excuse. And it's just interesting when Biden says that nothing would fundamentally change. I guess he just meant the shit would get worse. It's just pathetic at this point. When you see all this shit going on behind the scenes, we see all the type of, you know, scapegoats and excuses they use. We see the fact that America is aware of every fucking move that your ass makes. But when it comes to the border, oh my God, we had no idea. We have to do a full investigation. I'm like, let's send more personnel down there. Like, when all that shit is going on and they present this like, oh my gosh, this is not who we are, ass fucking bullshit ass facade to the public, it's corny. It's corny. You doing all this shit, you do all this, read all this shit you do, like, it's corny when they get up there and oh my God, we have to just be more humane. That's not y'all goal. Y'all goal is not to be more humane, because you would accomplish that shit already if it was your fucking goal. Get out my face. And lastly, I thought y'all would think that this shit is wild. As well, George W. Bush was confronted at multiple speaking events by anti-war organizers, including an Iraq war veteran named Jeb Sprague. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. This is what he said to George W. Bush.
When are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. My friends are dead. Joshua Castile. You killed people. You lied. You lied about WMDs. 1 million Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied. You need to apologize. Apologize!
I want you to look at George's pathetic little face while this man is saying these things.
Okay. Now yes. No, it's okay. Here's the thing in America. The good news is, in other countries, the guy would end up in jail for yelling at a president. Here he's allowed to express himself.
Oh, if he lived in a different country, he could be locked up for saying that shit to a president. First of all, you're an ex-president, you're an old president, you're a tired president, you're a disgusting president. You're not the current sitting president. Like, oh my God, these people have huge egos. Imagine that's what you fucking take away from someone saying that shit to you. Imagine like, oh bitch, if we live somewhere else, I would have you locked up. Imagine hearing like, bitch, you destroyed the lives of my family, my friends. I took my ass over there. Like, imagine hearing that and the first thing you say is, bitch, I could have you locked up. These people have fucked up ass egos. They don't deserve no goddamn Dancing with the Stars ass. You know what I mean? Just like some Sean Spicer was. They don't deserve no motherfucking redemption ass arc in the fucking media. I don't want to see them bitches, you know, twirling fingers with y'all favorite celebrities at no basketball, no baseball motherfucking games. I don't want to see these bitches anywhere. And then the crowd booing his ass and trying to drag Jeff's ass out. Like, no, those politicians deserve to hear the truth. Even if it makes them uncomfortable every fucking where they go. They deserve more things, and I'll say it to you in person. But get all of they asses out of here. Get them all out of here. On that note, I love y'all so much. I know this video was heavy, but you know, that's what's happening in the news today. Do not hesitate to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. Hope your week goes smoothly, and I hope that you have a good goddamn evening.
I'm that nigga fetish, that nigga my fetish. Now bitch, I don't want no wedding, but that nigga that can get it, yeah.